Hello everyone and welcome to another great modern stream here in MTG. Today we are playing Sam Combo. And in this case, this is a classic approach with some Badger Mole caps. We also play Building Ritual, Sephiroth, some Chart of Kaling, Grist, Young Wolf. Not many new cards, so we are gonna try to have Cauldron on the board or on Graveyard as sacrifice outlet like Viscera Seer or Carrion Feeder and a Samwise. That means that if you get back your cat with Sam, also with sacrificing a food, you make a food, then you sacrifice it, and you bring it back again, and every time you do this, cat deals 1 damage, or this grows, or this makes cry, and that's a good combo. You can also win with Marionette Apprentice, sacrificing your board, deal a lot of damage. And then in the sideboard, we play a lot of standard cards, 4 removals in Decay and Fatal Push. Crystal Barricade. I'm gonna read this card again because I never remember what this card do. Defender. You have Expert, Prudent, and not combat damage that will be dealt to other creatures you control. So this is against Belcher. Force of Vigor, Endurance, Eidolon, Vexing Bowel, standard cards. I don't know until when we will be able to play today because there is downtime. Maybe we finish the league. Maybe we finish tomorrow. Both options are there, but if you enjoy my content, hit like and subscribe. So here we play round 1 against John Rapp. We have the in-hand kill, so I'm going to try to play this. So it's probably turn 1 Cat, turn 2 Viscera Seer and Temple Garden, and then Samwise. I'll take 3, and I'm gonna get green. Always green black. I have no clue what my opponent is playing. So Kit Kat. Yeah, go. Polluted Delta. So probably not a combo deck. Attack with Cauldron. I drew a black land. That means I'm probably playing just another cat. The thing is I need a food for next turn. Yeah. I'm gonna play like this because I need a food to be able to combo next turn. So now I'm representing like I don't have anything, and they have a turn 2. Turn 2 is a very strong turn on any control deck. I could try to not play Frog or something like that. So we are just playing the slow aggressive deck. We drew another Sam. Okay, that's cool. Having double Sam, I think I can play out the first one. They're gonna counter kill. That smells like counter spell. Play land. I need a food on board. I could play Frog. What's this? Field of Ruin. That's weird. They can destroy this land. I don't know what basics I have. I guess all 3. Attack with my cats. Black and white. I'm gonna play the next Sam. They have another counter spell. They have it. Spell Snare. Sure. So here I'm playing Viscera Seer. I could have killed my land. Okay, not playing this. Poseidon now. They're at 11. Field of Ruin. Sure. What basics I do have? Forest and Swamp. Okay, Librarian. Sure. So this gets a counter. They're probably sacrificing. They're probably eating this. I sacrifice this to themselves. So they're playing Washing Tongue. Better than Ritual. Great card. They take some damage. I get this. I did not expect that. I could have played Marionette Apprentice earlier, but a servo and another cat. So if you block or not kill my creatures, you're gonna get some problems. They attack. I'm at 18. Oh, this has vigilance. Okay. Sure. Surveil. Gonna start with... I think I'm gonna play the land. There's no real reason to not do so. I'm gonna play Building Ritual first. Now they will have to choose about countering, not countering, attacking, not attacking. I want them to Field of Ruin my land. I want to draw something out of this. Consult the charts. Okay, that needs to get Spell Snare then. We got our Resolvers, or no, they got Spell Snare. Attack. Go to 5, go to 4. I would love to draw a deck. They attack for 3. I'm gonna draw a card. Poseidon. Not the best card. Swamp. Not a good card by any means. This is legendary, so I cannot possess you my own token. Bowmaster, yeah, sure. Put a Bowmaster in response to me drawing the card. So they lose 1 life. And now they can block on my team. Yeah, they lose 2 life. Now they go to 1. Cling to dust my cat. That's very sad. They go to 5. Yeah, that cling to dust is mean. Bowmaster plus clink was a mean interaction. Fetch. They can fetch for swamp. So they counterspell and deal with everything I did. Yeah, I search for forest. Attack for 4, yeah. 4 cards for the control deck. Gilded Goose. I'm gonna play Goose. They want to counterspell this, I guess. Subtlety, maybe? Subtlety. Oof, that's very bad. Is this the best card I could draw? Or that's 5. This goes on top, so I'm gonna put this on bottom 5. So I have to Boseiju the Field of Ruin because that's 8 damage in the air if they make me search. We had a very strong hand, but my opponent had counterspell, spell snare, cling to dust for every spell I cast. So Washington goes to the graveyard. No spells for me. I don't know if there's a draw that gets me there. Yeah, the flash creatures ambushed me quite strongly. So they attack with both. I go to 1. I think I'm dead. I'm in danger. No, I don't think if there was a draw. We're playing against a very deep control deck. So endurance seems good. DK is not that bad. We can cut might. I'm gonna cut Boseiju. Master Sephiroth. All those cards are nice. Cauldron, Goose. This is nice. No, I like Goose. Maybe DK is not that strong. They probably have frogs. They should have frogs in the deck. So I'm gonna take out 1 Cauldron and 1 Goose. Maybe Sephiroth is not that good. They play Bowmasters. No black mana. We have Goose into cards. So what do I dump? I guess I'm gonna dump Carrion Feeder. Maybe Chord of Calling. I'll put down Chord of Calling. It's a strong card, but I needed time for it to work. Time I don't have right now. The thing that will happen was tap land go. Second best thing is drawing a land. Okay. Green. I'm gonna play Bid and Ritual. If the spell snare, but it's easier that they have counter spell than spell snare. I don't know how many spell snare they play. They always have one. Makes sense. Land put on top. Yeah, they always have spell snare. So I'm gonna play Cauldron Familiar and choke them a bit of mana. They're holding counter spell or something like that. I don't know if they have some aggressive cards. So make a food. Yeah, the Dimir decks are always a bad matchup for the control, for the creature ones. They play a lot of counters and removal. Attack. And here comes Carrion Feeder. This cannot be killed by Bowmaster. Okay, they play counter spell on Carrion Feeder. Okay, that was half real, half bait. They don't like Carrion Feeder. We probably have another counter spell. They're doing this. Cauldron Familiar. They called Washington for X2, which Viscera Seer. I want to spend my Viscera Seer. They are just throwing around all their strong spells, countering 1/1s that don't do much. Maybe they do enough. Land gets played, and Graveyard Trespasser. Okay, they have another counter spell in theory, so they eat something. They do 1 to me and they get 1. I'm gonna play Viscera Seer. We were afraid of this last time. They might have another counter spell. That's Washington. Sure. And what happens if my last card is the combo? Have you opponent thought of that? Godless Shrine. Yeah, they get to draw a card. Fabricate 1. Servo. I'm not gonna attack. 2 cards. They are currently at 1, 2, 3. Field of Ruin. They probably want to do it right now. That's theory. Correct mana floating. That goes nowhere. So I search for black mana. Yeah, they are doing things. They play no spells. This flips explosives for 1. You want to cast just crack your explosives for 1? No. Attack for 3. 2 cards remaining. Gonna sacrifice Cauldron. Opponent loses 1 life. Endurance. I guess I keep Endurance. So I can ambush them. I'm gonna play this so that Trespasser doesn't flip. They cannot subtlety it. could take my graveyard. Okay. I'm not gonna put them back. Or spell snare, fatal push, counter spell. Oh, pass. So this endurance holds the ground. Field of Ruin, not anymore. Attack. Yeah, the Field of Ruin is very bad. Okay, sure, you hit me. Yeah, take my white mana. Yeah, them having another Field of Ruin is very, very sad from my part. But whatever. I'm dead. I could still draw some cards, but cry one. Tomb goes to the grass, goes to the bottom, and now I could. I'm gonna get Cauldron back. I need it. They clink here. Sure, that's sad. Okay, so this does not flip. Chart of Calling. Okay, Chart of Calling was one of our good draws. I can chart for Grist and kill that. They have a counterspell, I'm dead, but they could have another Washington. Do they have another counterspell? So I'm gonna get Grist. Yeah, they draw a card. Sacrifice this. They should probably Explosives in response. And then I have to eat the Marionette Apprentice, which is not the worst. Sephiroth, not the card I want. Destroy Washington. No. Grist is gonna die. Bowmasters. Attack for 5. Yeah, I'm dead. I cannot come back. Yeah, the Dimir decks are always a hard opponent. I haven't never played against this kind of Dimir deck. Yeah. Cool to see Washington get used. So run 2 against Calving 2. We have a decent hand. 1, 2, 3. Saga on 1. That screams. Oh, that's Affinity. Opal. Do they have another artifact? Yeah. Explosives on 0. That's Metacraft. No. Here is black green. You have to get green for short. So now they will have to take the decision of Rebuke or Saga. Bubble. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is exactly Kappa mana. So we are going down the Kappa train. Turn to Kappa on the play. Short of Calling. Green. Marionette Apprentice. Go Servo. So we will need to draw 2 cards to get out of this. We only need to draw Sack Outlet or this. But they're probably getting Pithy Needle. Maybe Boots. But Boots is not that strong. Pithy Needle or on Cauldron. That's something that works. So this is a 6/6 construct. 7/7. Mem Knight cannot attack. So they are going into the aggressive route. Okay. That means, guess, a bit of a waste of Boots. Okay. Go to 9. Maybe I should have blocked with Cauldron. This could make me gain 1 life. Or later, bubble me. So do I draw a good card? Nope. So that's 7. So I play Young Wolf and fetch land and pass. So this is Samwise mana. I can block both constructs if they have another land. This is gonna be close. Very, very close. I think that if they... Oh, I'm dead, right? 1, 2, 3. I can put an artifact into play. I cannot block. And sack. Yeah, I'm 1 life short. Okay, they are putting up the boots there. Okay, that also works. I can block both. Okay, opponent gave me the chance to block. Don't think that's what they wanted to do. They should have put up a Saga token. Okay, that's our small window. They could have a Rebuke, but still I think this is wrong. Okay, no Rebuke. Samwise comes in. Okay, yeah, they misplayed on not putting up the cards they wanted. So opponent at 17. This gets a food. No, I can eat food to get cat. 1, I go to 9. Food gets made. So I always yield to this. I always yield to this. I'm gonna play Peatland. And then I'm gonna Chart of Calling just with those 3. XS2. They cannot rebuke me. Yeah, they lost a game they should have not lost. So here we get Carrion Feeder, get another food, and sacrifice this, counter, damage. It's a fast way to combo. Okay, opponent concedes. In this scenario, I always play Dryad as your land drop because it gives you Samwise trigger and you can short. Yeah, I know. The thing is, I wanted to have as much mana open, but then I had to tap the forest. I still think I would cast Nature Impede, and if they Force of Vigor this, as a Force of Negation this or something else, I have a redraw from the Peatland, so I think I have to cast to play in Peatland over Dryad. I'm pretty sure of it. This gives me a redraw in worst case scenario. So Dryad is fine if you want to use that mana to short, but I already have 2 foods. They will kill something in response, so it didn't matter that much. But I think having a redraw was relevant. So gonna take out Grist and 1 Sephiroth. Vexing Babel is better on the play than on the draw, but anyway, so we have 3 Fossil Vigors. So Bowmaster is weak, and then I want food. Yeah, I'm also hungry. I guess Sephiroth is. This is a combo game where we have to or Fossil Vigor everything, or. So we have to be aware that Vexing Babel counters or Fossil Vigor and also counters or Shot of Canning if we don't have mana for it, which is something that doesn't tend to happen in this deck, but we have a great hand, very controlling and very grindy. Pinnacle Emissary, Moxopal, gonna Fossil Vigor this too. No reason to let them have stuff. Thank you, Canister, for the raid. Welcome everyone from Canister stream. So we're playing here Samwise Combo in Modern. So deck gets played, food gets made, and it's a turn for our opponent. So everyone who comes from Canister stream, just if you're not following, you should follow the stream. I stream every day from Monday to Friday, mostly Modern, but also a lot of other decks. Gonna fetch for Temple Garden, play Birthing Ritual, and play another deck, and Birthing Ritual triggers, eat deck, and get Samwise. I guess Samwise. Samwise would let us loop or Hamware Might in the future because it gets historic cards back. So, and it's also one of our combo pieces. And I have a Might. Might gets played, food gets made, green, this, eat that. Now we have double Birthing Ritual. I'm gonna get Forest. I don't think they're gonna Blood Moon me again, but you never know. So this turn, we are gonna eat this for Young Wolf, and Young Wolf for Cauldron Familiar. Triggers go to the stack. And now I can get back Might from my graveyard. I don't think my opponent is winning this game. I've just the Might loop. Is Sam's combo competitive viable in Modern? It's a decent tier 3 deck. So, okay, so this is gonna get Might back. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We got Might back. Might doesn't get killed by Whip Flare. Okay, so Sam dies, but we get Cat back. Okay, I broke this deck to Eternal Weekend Legacy. You played Sam in Legacy. Bubble. I discovered too late it can't win against Jeskai. Yeah. Maybe the Yawgmoth approach is better against the control decks. So, green. I'm gonna play another Samwise. They could have a Rebuke. No. So, here comes Might. Foot gets made. Attack for 1. End of turn. A lot of triggers are happening. Okay. Eat Cauldron. Get Cauldron. Free food. Free draining. So, okay. Eat Cauldron. Get Cap. Forest. Okay, pass. Okay, I think we win. Bubble. This could be a Kappa. I'm not that afraid of a Kappa. I think it's fine, but I'm at 18. They have 1 card. I'm probably winning before they can do anything relevant. Double Birthing Ritual is strong engine. Okay, yeah. Now this attacks, everything attacks, they block something. So attack. They take 4, this die, everything. This comes back a few times. Yeah, so 1-1. I like this deck. Sadly, in the first round we faced Dimir control, and that's never a matchup you want to face. If you're playing Yawgmoth, I think it changes a lot the dynamic of the game. Having cards like Halfling, Cauldron, and Yawgmoth. On my Metafrail profile, you will find all my competitive Magic the Gathering content. You will get deck and sideboard guides, articles with ideas and analysis, and even the decks I will be playing in my next big tournament. I offer one-to-one coaching sessions to help take your game to the next level. Following is completely free, so hit the subscribe button and keep up with everything I post on metafy.gg. So we're playing round 3 against Kosal, and we have a decent hand which has no white mana but a lot of cards. Are the Bowmasters mandatory? Not that much. Like, I kind of like this deck. I play Sacrifice and Pioneer and puts me like 80% of the model. Yeah, probably some fetch lands are missing. So now the question is, what do we play on turn 2? We could play Boseiju and Carrion Feeder and yeah, probably. Okay, that's probably Ruby Storm, Cauldron. Okay, we have all the combo. So gonna play land, and with land and white mana, food. I'm gonna play Samwise, and Samwise plays cat, and we have a turn 3 combo. They're half the price, and they're not even half the price. They're 1/4 of the price what they tend to be. So opponent, do your worst. You don't have to play Bowmasters. You can play Bowmasters. You have to play the Mining Giants. So are we getting combo at this turn? This is a Ral, a Medallion. If this is a Ritual, that could be bad news for us. Okay, that's a Ritual. And our opponent might have to go for it because they knew that this was going to happen. Ral is one of the best cards. So another Ritual. Yeah, and let's see. If they have another Ritual and Past in Flames, I'm dead. This just ends up flipping Ral and you get comboed. But if they don't, maybe Reckless. Okay, that's not the cards they need. Rents and Reckless. Okay, those are doubled, so they need to hit another Ritual. Reckless, Exiles. If they miss on Ritual, oh, double Ritual. I'm dead. Dead. Maybe not. Maybe they don't have any more business. But they play Sambucket Canyon, which is the worst land. The problem with Bowmasters is that in Brazil they cost 270 bucks each, while a fetch is 50. It's for me to finish the deck if I don't have to dump 1k in a set of Bowmasters. You mean that one Bowmaster is 270 euros? Also dollars? That's expensive. Rent resolve. Oh, okay. 100 is 16 euros. So, okay, yeah, $50, yeah. Path in Flames. So here I'm dead, and I'm gonna concede. Yeah, they have the turn 2 kill. Sad. Yeah, they are like 40 euros, while fetch lands are like 16 or something like that. Come to 4 season. I will lend Bowmaster to all Brazilian friends. Eidolon, Endurance. Vexing Babel is not the greatest card in the world, but also not that bad. Chris goes, Sephiroth goes, Bowmaster goes. Sadly, this doesn't interact. Create a food token, sacrifice a food. Yeah, this Bagdemore interacts with Goose. Might is good. We need to go full interaction. Marionette Apprentice is not that great. So this. When I am gonna short for Skyclave over Eidolon. That's never gonna happen. This Razier, Young Wolf. Yeah, try to not lose. The guy for the run. Yeah, I was going to bring in the decays. So I'm never gonna short for 3 into something that's not Eidolon of Rhetoric. So maybe I should bring in Force of Vigors. Okay, we have a turn 3 Eidolon, which I guess is fine. Gemstone Caverns. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna die very fast. Elegant Parlor. Maybe I should Surveil on turn 2 to try to hit a removal spell. Also on turn 1 to draw a removal spell on turn 2. Depending what they play. Kind of just a wolf. Rui Medallion. Okay. Goose gets played. Wins for Teeth. So now pray I don't get killed. Would have been fine to have a turn 2 1 Goose instead of turn 2 Goose. Ritual. Manamorphose. Rent Resolve. Okay. Not dead yet. Manamorphose. Reckless. So this is Manamorphose. Reckless. Land. Okay, they can play land. They could play another reckless. Land. They're playing the list we played earlier. The Jeskai one. The Jeskai one can kill Eidolon. They fetched and play another reckless. Flame of Honor and Mountain. Oh, Flame of Honor. So bad for me because Flame of Honor can kill Eidolon. So I'm forced to not play Eidolon the next turn. Depends what I draw, but Overgrown Mortuary. I could even Manamorphose into this. Boss Seiju. Put this on top. Play land. So they have Steam Vents here. They're gonna attack for 1. And then they still have a Surveillant in the deck. That means I have to upkeep this. The problem is, if I upkeep this, I use 2 mana to use this. Is it better to make this cost 2 or make them have a Surveil? I think to give them a Surveil than 1 less mana on this, because if they have to dig for a card with Flame of Honor costing 2 or 3, changes everything. Okay, they play land and Rui Medallion. Okay, that means they can cast Flame of Honor for discount rate. Ritual. Ritual. I'm so dead, my dear friends. So this Flame of Honor. Draw 2 cards. Past in Flames. Okay, I'm gonna concede. They are going to kill me. Like, they have 1, 2, 3, 4 rituals and 4 draw spells plus Flame of Honor. So they're gonna see 10 cards before I die. Yeah, it's fine. We take those. We are playing a creature combo deck, and usually creature combo decks are not faster than Storm combo decks. Since I'm playing Magic with Legacy and all the stuff, the Su decks and any creature combo decks lost to Storm, and I can promise this happens. So we are here for round 4. We are on the draw. We have almost all the combo, but we are short on mana. We lose against Toxis or Removal. I'm gonna mull this. Okay, this hand is better. Sephiroth goes. Green, black, I guess. Green, black gets Goose. I could get green, depending on what matchup I'm facing. Steam Vents. Cameo. So this is Izzet Cutter. I'm gonna get just green. I live afraid. Here, the usual block. In theory, you should get used to blocking cameos for ninjutsu abilities and other Steam Vents. You never know who's going to play a Ninja of the Deep Hours. I'm not gonna block Tamiyo because why? But I think you have to do it. Go to the shrine. I'm gonna play Bitten Ritual. Do they have Counter Spell? Rebuke? So Washing Tongue. Sure. That's the second time we play against a Washington deck today. I'm probably playing Might here. Yes, this comes and I get Marionette Apprentice. I know that Samwise is a better card, but this is 2 bodies. Pyroclasm. Okay, Washington dice. My opponent is playing main deck Pyroclasm. That's a surprise. Also, I was for sure not expecting to see main deck Pyroclast today. Overgrown Tomb and play Viscera here and more Bitten Rituals. They could have a Bolt, they could have a Spell Snare. If they Bolt, I'm just okay. They have a Surveillant. Here I want a cat or another Marionette Apprentice. So Badger, okay. Samwise. I'm gonna Marionette Apprentice again because again this is 2 bodies. I could get Bowmaster. This is also 2 bodies and stops them from drawing cards somehow. Wolf is great. Okay. If my opponent has another Pyroclast, Wolf comes back. Camillo attacks. That's a cool island from. Oh no, Flame of Honor. Yeah, I guess target you. So Bowmaster dies. They'll get to make the 2 damage. They can plus. We can attack for 1 into the Tamiyo. Another Tamiyo. So no big reason attacking, but I'm gonna still attack. Tamiyo. They're probably gonna block. But you never know if you are getting something. I'm gonna play lands. Let's see if my Bitten Ritual works. So here I eat Young Wolf and take 4 Cauldrons. Cauldrons come back later. That's free. So this comes back. That was yield, that was yield, that was yield. And now, okay, we found another cauldron, which is cash. I could get another Samwise. That makes that the Samwise and dice. I'm just gonna get another cauldron. They probably need to pyroclast this turn. Okay. So yeah, if I would have chosen on the other side, it was better to choose the other way because I had one sacrifice outlet already in the graveyard. Having cat is so strong. Opponent's at 8, so that's not nothing. Probably have to pyroclast again. Opponent is taking their time, thinking a lot. So let's see. Should I pyroclast? Should I not pyroclast? Should I do something else? Okay, opponent lost collection. We rejoined the game. Another island with different art. Full art, but different art. Also another cool island. Return target instant sorcery spell from your graveyard. Yes. So here in response, I'm gonna summon cat because it's free and it's 1 extra damage. My opponent's take. Then goes to 8, goes to 6. Remember that Samwise has an activated ability. I know, but the only thing I can get back is Smite. The reason I was thinking of getting another Samwise with the first Samwise was to be able to regrow it. But I think having 2 built-in rituals there is just so powerful that you don't need it. So cats die. I can only get might. A lot of creatures die. I can, in theory, get Dryad. Dryad is better than all. Yeah, I know. I used the might. I got the might back in the last round against Affinity. Not the last round, 2 rounds ago. Happened at the start, and then we realized you can even bones Poseiju. That's. But thank you, Fexith. Flame of Honor. Okay, so I guess I get cat back for free. And they flip Tamiyo. So if they're plussing Tamiyo, I'm gonna surveil. No need to get a Dryad when you can't do anything with it. They plus. I get cat back. Surveil. Lush Portico. Ooh, that's a nice draw. Marionette Apprentice. Servo, I'm not gonna attack. And now Ritual, do your thing. Sephiroth. When enters attack, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, draw a card. Yeah. So I can eat Marionette Apprentice to get Sephiroth. I don't know if that's what we want to do. So I eat Apprentice to get Sephiroth. Sephiroth eats cats and I draw cards. Carrion is lethal. I don't have Carrion, so that's the thing. It's Cauldron Familiar. So I'm gonna sacrifice Servo or Cat. We have another trigger, so not big issue. And now Viscera is lethal. Gets Viscera. And now we eat 2 tokens. This comes back and they die. So it was very easy that in 14 cards we get to win out of something that sacrifices, but we cannot sacrifice this. So I'm gonna board in the case against Tamiyos and 1 Skyclave against the same cards. And where Might goes. I can cut 1 Cauldron. I can cut. Bowmaster seems cool. Sephiroth is decent. Still not great against some things. I'll probably Carrion Feeder. They're probably playing something like Magus of the Seas or Blood Moon. So yeah, this one is decent. We can kill a Tamiyo. Ghost Vacuum. Okay, that's gonna do things later. We have to be aware that when we want to get back our cat, we have to own 2 goose. They're gonna counterspell my goose? Hope not, my friend. Thundering Falls. In response. Seems crazy to me. Black cat. There's some very cool arts of the Cauldron Familiar. So I have double food, double cat, no ritual. I can short for, no, not for 0. Another Surveillant. This is Storm Champs. Yeah, there's that one. And play this. Attack for 1. And I'm gonna fetch for Forest. And here comes Cup. Do they want to counter this? Maybe. That's counter spell, right? Yeah. Not the most easy way of knowing. So, okay, there we go. Exile target card, sure. Or mana. Pyroclast. So in response, gonna eat food. I'm gonna decay. Maybe I should go Poseiju Ghost Quarter. No. It doesn't matter much, but I'm gonna Ghost Vacuum here. I messed up, but it doesn't matter. They're just gonna eat something else instead. So I get the cat back. It ends with the same outcome, but this deck is closer than the actual Thu deck. Bird, Cats, Mole, yeah. So they have another land and Tamiyo, yeah. Can decay Tamiyo. And that means that if I decay Tamiyo, they don't have Tamiyo. So go to 11. Next turn, I can short for a 1 mana card. If I draw land, I can short for a bigger card. I don't know. Samwise. Gonna attack for 1. They have 3 cards. This is Washington. Washington being a 2/2, eat my cat. Yeah, I'm fine with them eating the cat. It's troublesome, but not the end of the world. They have 2 cards only. So I'm gonna play the first Samwise. They are gonna actual factual counterspell it. No surprise. For no one. So that means that if I draw a land... No, if I draw a land, I don't win. Samwise. Do they have another counterspell? Layer of Daniel. Okay, that's another counterspell. But sadly, I don't want to have to fetch with this. I'm probably not fetching anytime soon with this. I'm playing Flare of Daniel with Tamias and stuff. Okay. So go. I'm at 13. I'm gonna kill this. I could have another one, but whatever. Fetch. Get black. Does my opponent have another Watching Tongue? Oof, not another land, please. Not like I'm flooded, but I'm gonna play top land. Go. Yeah, the control deck is always a problem, but yeah, with Yawmoth you tend to destroy the control decks, but with Samwise your cards create less advantage. Young Wolf. Now I could, if they kill my wolf, I can short Baral, Chief of Compliance. Okay, that's weird. Okay, sure. Baral. I'm surprised. That's sure happening that I'm surprised. So I'm not gonna play Dryad Arbor. Opponent has a ton of creatures. So no, I'm gonna short for 2. They could have a flare. Yeah, they flare with Baral. Yeah, fine. We played against 2 weird Washington control decks today. My opponent goes for the most blinky version of everything, but then has this Pyroclast. Pretty sure you can play better Pyroclast in Magic Online. Let's see, what are... No full art. You can play those ones. So why are they not playing the player rewards Pyroclast? Sephiroth. I'm gonna play Dryads. I'm gonna attack for 1. They are No, they choose all those cards, so they are not renting cards. So does my opponent have another counterspell? You may sacrifice another creature. I don't think my opponent rented this deck like this. This has a full art Baral, right? Baral. No, no full art Baral. So Sephiroth. Opponent is thinking what to do, and I don't really know. At least draw a card, right? Bubble tea. Yeah. I don't know what takes you that long to... I'm gonna put it on top. It's the Sam Combo Yawmoth for current meta. Both are medium, both are advantages and disadvantages. If I would have known what to expect this league, like I was going to play against 2 blue decks, very control-ish, I would have choose Yawmoth. Sam Combo is faster at gold fishing. Yawmoth is better against control decks. Pyroclast, yeah. Opponent with main deck Pyroclast. Yeah, Yawmoth is much better against main deck Pyroclast. That's for sure. With a clue. Attack with Young Wolf. The opponent with main deck Pyroclast seems... Yeah, here we attack first because they're gonna block and I could draw into a Bowmaster with my Sephiroth. Shot. Not a card I can cast right now. Attack for 3. Create a clue. I'm not dead, but I'm almost dead. Galvanic Discharge. Okay. I'm gonna concede. No need to keep fighting this game. I'm dead in 3 turns. They do play a lot of creatures. So this is better than Viscera Seer against that many Pyroclasm. Endurances are medium. I'm gonna cut Viscera Seer, 1 Goose, and 1 Sephiroth. I don't like Sephiroth that much. Maybe I should cut another Goose. I don't know. I like Goose. So, Carry Iron Feeder is a bit better because you can eat your board to survive, make it survive Pyroclast. Almost like a win. So next game, yeah, we have a decent hand. Would love to have some building rituals, but I guess you get what you get. Try to not overextend. Tamiyo, white, black. I guess it's black, green because of short. I'm gonna fatal push that. Not gonna play another Gilded Goose because it's just too juicy for my opponent. Pass. This adds red and this adds blue red if they control it. So turn 1 it's a red land, next turn it's a... So gonna make a food and survive. I could short into their counter spell, but I don't want to do so. Lush Portico, better than Ritual, that's gonna go on top. And I'm gonna pass and try to bait them a bit with or Short of Calling. Events untapped. Short, X1, counter spell, whatever. Cauldron Familiar. You lose 1 life, I gain 1 life. Gonna play Marionette Apprentice. This could get countered. What's this? Subtlety. This resolves. I'm gonna put a +1/+1 counter on it so that it survives Pyroclast. Not something you do often, but I think in this spot it's fine. But this Washington for X2. Washington X2. Sure. Okay. That's a 3/3. They fetch. Baral, Cheese of Compliance. Pyroclast. Green. Black. Abrupt Decay. The Baral of the Washington. Yeah, they can Flame of Honor from here, but I'm gonna kill the Washington. So this triggers. Yeah, it was smart to put a counter there. I feel so smart currently. So Flame of Honor. Gonna put the cat back. They lose 1 life, and I have another attacker. So they could. Gonna play Goose here. What's this? Flame of Honor? Counter spell. You! Whenever you counter a spell, draw and discard. Yeah, sure. So now they need to have Flare Up or Force of Negation. But they sacrifice Baral, which is fine. Okay, that means that we attack for 3. 2 cards remaining. And next turn we have some lethals. Discharge there. Godless Shrine. I'm gonna attack. Block. Maybe I should not have blocked. Maybe I shouldn't attack. So... no reason. So green, white, Sam comes in. That means I have the combo. That's Subtlety. Sad, but okay. I'll put it on top. We're at 5. Up to 4 cards. It's gonna be close. Closer than I wish. Maybe I should have shots last turn to maybe bait them into something. But probably just not attacked. 4 mana. I'm at 13, so do I play short here? I'm gonna pass. Then on their upkeep. Okay. In response to this, I'm gonna short for 2. They play counterspell. Yeah, not the best, not the worst. But so let's see if they have another counterspell. That's a land, that's not a counterspell. They go to 4. Surveil. They put 1 card on top. Attack. We'll need another cool spell. They draw. That's a counterspell. Marionette Apprentice. So, gonna play Sam. This resolves. What does they have? They don't. I'm gonna cast Marionette Apprentice. Let's get some food. Galvanic in response. Okay, sure. That's your strongest play. +1/+1 counter. Attack, put you on 3. Again, I want to survive a Pyroclast. So, draw with a clue. Baral, that's a blocker. They go to 3. Overgrown Tom. So they have 2 cards in hand. Go to 5. Attack with both. Let's see how they block. What's this? Washington? Washington, okay. In response, I'm gonna short. And maybe the last card is okay, now. This is gonna draw. Or maybe I should have block. Maybe I should have let this resolve and short later for Bowmaster. Bowmaster. Target. Oh, they die. Now they play this. They draw. I shoot them. And now if they block, They die. That was a game. They block there. This remembers that they was on board. Combat damage. I think you get 1 damage. And we win. Woo. Yeah, that was a cool win. I should have probably let them play this and then in response. Okay, so 2-2. We are here for round 5 against XEKX. We are currently 2-2 with our Sam combo deck, and this is a hand that has double built-in rituals, so I think it's a keep. Like, this is the strongest card in your deck, so you should keep most of the hands that have this card. Island gets played, Mishra's Bubble, another Mishra's Bubble, that's Affinity, or maybe, yeah, that has to be Affinity, or maybe Izzet Cutter. Seems like Izzet Cutter, Buttermore Cap, not a bad card to draw. They're gonna replay Mox Amber. Not the best, not the worst. Sacrifice this to itself. Gonna put a land on the bottom. They might make me play around on Holy Heat. You have to not F6 there, even if you would wish to do so. So, do they have a cutter? Seems like no. Look at Forest to make sure nothing crazy happens. And play Built-in Ritual. That's a rebuke. Yeah. Resolves. Next turn I can play Mole and eating my land. Phantom Riddler, draw 2 and only draw 1. Okay, do they have another rebuke? Might be. I'm gonna get green-white from this and play Cap. Green-white, Buttermore Cap on Overgrown Tomb. They could rebuke this. We played around that. Not like a lot, but they're drawing 2 cards a turn since turn 1. That's something. And also having 2 of their 3 rebukes is relevant. So here, we have a Saga. Saga is troublesome. Can kill our Built-in Ritual, but we will get some of it. They play Mox Amber, but they didn't crack the clues. Why? 2, 3, 4, 5. So Riddler here. Draw a card. Already played a land. If they draw Mox, they have play. I'm at 14. That's still a decent life total. Now they crack a clue. Bubble. I'm not short of calling. So I'm gonna play Built-in Ritual and pass. Yeah, triple short of calling, not our dream draw. Strong if we get somewhere, but I'm gonna turn off auto yields because I could hit Might. That's a great draw. Marionette Apprentice, Samwise. So I'm gonna. This can let us get the cat back. And next turn, with my current hand and if undisrupted, I have the combo next turn, but my opponent has to have no interaction and also no way to kill me, which not impossible but also not super easy on Holy Heat. Yeah, there goes this Embry, Recast Bubble. Yeah, having to fight against an opponent who draws 2 cards from turn 1, it's not easy. Tamiyo, Saga goes. So if I draw a land, I can get a duck. Goose, better say it. Solgai Lantern, eat my Cauldron. So, I don't know if I have Pickle Tamiyo. I think they can flip Tamiyo this turn. I draw the Goose, but that's too late. I don't think I'm gonna get out of this. Yeah, being on the draw and having to fight the Embry, always strong. I know. Gets in. Also, Vigor seems to be a great card. Skyclave, Vaccine Bubble. I don't know if I can sideboard in that many cards. Can cut to Marionette Apprentice. This is better than Cap. Maybe Marionette is better. Grist. They tend to have cards like Cage in the sideboard. Not always, but sometimes. Young Wolf is nice. Might is nice. Do I want all those cards? Grist. Yeah, Grist can deal with most of the things. I'm not gonna board in Skyclave. Last cut. I'm gonna cut a Cauldron Familiar. We are not gonna win that grindy, never-ending game. Okay, we have a decent hand. They cannot rebuke or ritual so easy. They can, but not very easy. Lush Portico is a green land. So I'm probably playing Peatland on 1 and we pass. Let's see how much damage they can do. Do they have rebuke mana up? Yep, not anymore. Crystal Cutter, Mox Amber, Ether Spellbomb. I'm gonna get Forest. So Ritual. Goose, Viscera Seer, so I'm gonna eat this for Young Wolf or Goose. If I get Goose, I get 2 triggers. Yeah, I'm gonna get Goose. That was a good card. So with Goose, I can't play double spell next turn. Urza Saga. I choose Cutter. Cutter gets played. And do they have another spell? Lightning Bolt, my Goose. Yeah, seems decent. Not like amazing, but decent. Bowmaster. Play Bowmaster here. And Lush Portico. Godless Shrine. Let's put into the graveyard. And I pass. I don't want them to crack, but I want to get our trigger from Built-in Rituals, so... so token gets taken by Cauldron. 1 damage. Cauldron can get back later. We're getting a trigger. I'm gonna... If I put it here, I'm gonna put it on Embry, so that if they want to draw a card for any reason, I kill the Embry. This... Another cutter. Yeah, some prowess. And now the question is, what spell does my opponent play? Embry, Spellbomb. Oh, they mistapped. Maybe they have another Opal. Yeah, it tends to be that they have another Opal. That was the only correct reason. So we will have to block a bit. Carrion Feeder. Okay, that's the combo. I'm gonna play my 1 mana cards first. So they're rebuking this. Now I'm gonna play Samwise and Verdant Catacomb and see if we get a sack outlet. I really eat 2 of them. Poseidon, another Samwise. Okay, eat cat, get goose. Boots are made. Cat gets eaten. Drains for 1. We have no cards in hand. Just spells in the graveyard. I can get Dryad if blocking is what I want. So they're gonna draw. 1 damage to them. Okay. I think maybe drawing is not the best plan here, but so triggered. I can lose this turn. I can also maybe win this turn. So might does not solve their problem. Yeah, they've been drawing 2 rebukes each game. That's another cutter. That is gonna be a lot of damage coming in. Yeah, 3 cutters. Amiyu. I don't know how much damage I can tank. Maybe I could have survived to double cutter, but not to triple. A block. Yeah, a lot of prowess. We got smoked this game. Attack with everything. So damages. Blocks here. Block here, block here, block here, block there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 3 there. Goose gets here, so I take 7. Okay, I guess I survive. Block the non-trampling ones, and those are the trampling ones. So I go to 2. I have no legendary card in my graveyard, but I can't surveil 1 time. Might eat my ritual, sure. I'm gonna surveil. I could get the cat now, but that misses 1 damage. Another Cauldron Familiar. Not needed. So, Bubble. Yeah, they see my top card. I'm not gonna attack this turn. Attacking does nothing, so I'm gonna wait to see what I draw. Sort of calling. Fetchland. Fetchland does absolutely nothing. Peatland, draw a card. Short or Viscera. Young Wolf. This also does nothing. It put me in the best position after all the strong openings from my opponent. I was having rebukes and triple cutter. So yeah, I had 3 looks like Surveil, Drawstep, Peatland, Find, Short, or the last Viscera here. Even a built-in Ritual was good. So those were 6 hits. 6 hits is not a lot. I cannot survive. I'm gonna play... I can do this. Maybe... I know I have already both Surveillance. If I had another Surveillance in the deck, I could get back Cat. And this will give me another Surveil before drawing my Canopy, but that doesn't work. I can play land. I play Marionette Apprentice. Servo. Oh, I don't have untapped lands anymore. I'm gonna concede. That doesn't go anywhere. Full cutter, not bad. So I end up 2-3. The decks with removal and counter spells and cat advantage are quite troublesome. Well, I think that with a deck that's similar to this Jawmoth, you are ahead against those matchups. You're also not ahead against the non-interactive decks. So at the end is what you want to be doing, being faster or being more resilient. But the deck is always fine to play. I still think that the Sephiroth is a medium card that could be something else in this kind of shells. Badgermore Cup didn't do much this league, but it's a strong card for sure. And for the rest, that's it.